You know what time it is. It's your boy Hammer Vong and welcome to Hammer Time Cooking. On today's episode, we're gonna make beef chow fun. Now stay tuned and let's get cooking. Before we walk it out, I want to show you some of the ingredients and techniques I'll use to make this beautiful dish. First ingredient you'll need is fresh rice noodles. Now I found this at my local Asian market. We'll need some green onions, and all I'm doing is cutting them into 2-inch pieces. Once you're done cutting them, you can set them aside. Next, we'll wash and rinse our bean sprouts. So here, all I'm doing is removing both ends of the bean sprouts. Now this is a little bit time consuming and it's totally optional. Now I've noticed at the higher end Chinese restaurants, this is what they do, and that's the look we're going for. You can't have beef chow fun without the beef. So today I'm using a top sirloin beef steak. Now you can use any cut of meat that you like. It doesn't really matter which one you use because it's all in the marinade. Now the marinade is very simple. All you need is 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. Now if you want to keep this recipe gluten-free, you can always use tamari sauce. Next we'll add 1.5 teaspoons of dark soy sauce. Now dark soy sauce is actually pretty light in flavor, but it adds a nice color to our meat. Now to balance out the saltiness, we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. Mixing these ingredients here, but we're not done yet. So the restaurant secret to making beef super tender is called velveting. We're gonna add baking soda and cornstarch to our meat, and it's gonna help tenderize the beef. Now if you don't have baking soda, you can always use egg whites, cornstarch, and water. This is a great way of stretching your dollar for inexpensive meat. Sometimes the cheaper meats are the tougher meats, so using this velveting technique will definitely help you out. Now this technique isn't only limited to beef. Feel free to use it to chicken, to pork, any type of meat you like. For our noodle sauce, it's very similar to our marinade. All you need is 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce. Can you guess what we're gonna add? Yep, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of sugar. And that's pretty much it for our noodle sauce. Now let's walk it out. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. Add in your marinated meat. Now this is gonna cook pretty fast, so make sure you have all of your ingredients right next to you. It's also important to note that we're not cooking our meat all the way through. Right now we're just gonna cook it up to like 80%. This part's optional, but I'm throwing in some chopped garlic. To me, there's nothing better than that fried garlic aroma filling your kitchen. Next we'll add in our veggies. We're gonna add our green onions and our bean sprouts. We'll just give it a quick toss and stir fry it. Now we just want a nice char on our green onions and we don't want to overcook it, so once it's done we'll remove it from the wok. Now we'll add in our rice noodles. So we can allow the rice noodles to get a little warm. You can even build a little char on the bottom, and then we're going to add in our sauce. Now the sauce isn't supposed to be super heavy, but just by looking at it right now it looks like we didn't make enough, so we're going to have to adjust it. But in the meantime, let's see what we're working with. We want to make sure that the sauce is coating the noodles, and then we can add in our cooked meat and our veggies. So it looks like all the sauce got stuck at the bottom, so now we're just going to give it a couple of tosses. Then we can add back our meat and our cooked veggies. Ooh, look at the color contrast on that. You got the nice noodles, you got the cooked beef, the brightness of the green onions, and the white little bean sprouts. Now combine all of the ingredients together. You got some of that leftover meat juice. Let it soak into the noodles and it's gonna be hella bomb. Now I'm just gonna sprinkle in some chicken bouillon powder. It's very subtle, but it's gonna make a huge difference in the flavor. Okay, to finish it up, we'll just give it a few mixes and tosses, and that's pretty much it for beef chow fun. If you do a little taste test and you feel like it's lacking some soy sauce, feel free to adjust it before you plate it. Now this is one of my favorite things to order when I go out to a Chinese food restaurant. Leave in the comments and let me know what you usually order at a Chinese food restaurant. If I so happen to know how to make it, guess what? We might just put it on Hammer Time Cooking. Ladies and gents, I present to you Beef Chow Fun. Boy, that meat melt in your mouth. Nice and tender, boy. That was that. I hope you get to try out this recipe. Now don't forget to hammer that like button, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Welcome very much, and I'll see you again next time.